near Neyman.
No, yeah, we were out.
Where were you? Where was
So
that?
we stayed here, and then we went straight to Nottingham.
Right. Okay. In the Audi.
Yes.
Audi, yeah.
Right.
Got to at least 40 because there was no cars behind me. Going to 40, this car was not threatening me, but agitating the blue car. So I looked at my mum and I goes, Mum, what is going on? What is wrong with? Are they? I don't know if they're drunk. What are they trying to do to this blue car in general? So Mum goes, May, like I said, leave it. You're not involved. You don't know what's going on. You just go straight on and leave it. I goes, okay, that's fine.
In today's episode, we'll discuss the case of Mahek Bukhari, a TikToker who decided to do the unthinkable to silence an ex-lover who threatened to blackmail her. Mahek Bukhari was a social media influencer with an increasingly growing TikTok following. Born in 1999 and living in Stoke-on-Trent, a rather large city in central England with a population of more than 200,000 people, Mahek was supported by her mother, who was incredibly supportive of her daughter. In fact, she had so much faith in her daughter's TikTok career and ability to become a social media star. Mahek appeared to excel at everything she did and was known as a modern-day fashionista in her area. It wasn't hard for her to make friends, and most would agree that she was rather popular. Upon finishing high school, Mahek considered attending university but ultimately decided to pursue a career as a social media influencer. While creating her accounts on various social media platforms including TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, she used the alias Maybe Vlogs, where she amassed a following of over 100,000 people across the board. So it appears she was doing exceptionally well at reaching her goals on social media and building a positive online reputation with those who followed her. She was even getting sponsorships on TikTok and other platforms, which enabled her to earn some money doing what she enjoyed most. At some point, Mahek decided to include her mother, Mahek Bukhari, in some of her content, and she quickly noticed that she got many more views when including her mother in the footage. From that point forward, it was quite common to see Mahek post videos of her and her mother singing and dancing along to music and other trendy sounds on TikTok while getting plenty of likes, shares, and comments in the process. By January 2022, Mahek posted a short video that showed her swaying to music before a picture of her and her mother appeared within a heart. In less than 1 month of posting the heartwarming video, the two women would become embroiled in a murder plot that left two 21-year-old men dead. So, what exactly happened between Mahek Ansrain and the two men? It all began in 2019 when Ansrain started a secret relationship with a man much younger than her. No one knew of this love affair other than her daughter, Mahek. Although the affair was supposed to be a fun, no-strings-attached sort of ordeal, the man Ansrain was seeing, Saqib Hussain, fell in love with the older woman and started to spend thousands of pounds in an attempt to win her over. However, Ansrain had been married for more than 2 decades and had no intention of leaving her husband to be with Saqib. Instead, she just wanted a secret romance to bring some excitement into her life. By January 2022, she decided it was time to end the relationship, which was something Saqib couldn't handle. In fact, Saqib became infuriated when Ansrain would no longer answer his calls or talk to him. Growing tired of not hearing from Ansrain, he decided to blackmail her, which would prove to be a deadly mistake. Saqib wanted Ansrain to talk to him, so he decided to use sexually explicit photos that were taken during their time together and threatened to send them to her husband and son. Finding out that Saqib was planning to send personal photos of her to her son and husband freaked Ansrain out, so she reached out to her daughter to get help. Mahek wrote to her mother on WhatsApp saying, "I'll soon get him jumped by guys, and he won't know what day it is." At this point, the two were beginning to concoct a plan to keep Saqib from sending the photos or speaking out about the affair at all. Originally, Ansrain planned to pay roughly $3,000 to Saqib to keep him from talking. However, she and her daughter weren't positive that this was a good idea because they didn't want to hand over the money and then somehow find out that Saqib never got rid of the racy, intimate photos of Ansrain. So instead of paying him to keep quiet, Mahek decided to reach out to a friend, Rekan Karwan, to get help. The friend enlisted the help of a few other people who would essentially set up a trap to intimidate Saqib to the point that he would hand his phone over to have the photos deleted. Right before midnight on February 11th, 2022, Saqib traveled alongside one of his best friends, Mohammed Hashim Ijazuddin, to Leicester to meet the two women under false pretenses. Surveillance footage from a Tesco car park showed Saqib and his friend never did get out of their Skoda Fabia, likely because they'd both become suspicious over what was actually going on. Shortly after being captured on the footage, they were seen leaving the car park with a Seat Leon and an Audi TT following fast behind them, with both Mr. Karwan and another accomplice, Rais Jamal, operating those vehicles. During this time, Saqib made a desperate call to 999. He stated that he was being followed by two vehicles attempting to block him in. He mentioned the people in the vehicles were wearing balaclavas. He also told the operator that the two drivers were trying to drive him off the road and stated that he thought he was going to die. Within seconds, there was a short scream and the sound of vehicles colliding. The call then came to an end. Saqib and his best friend were entangled in a fiery mess after their vehicle was hit off the A46 dual carriageway. Police footage from around 1:35 a.m. showed the vehicle bursting into flames along a tree by the Six Hills Junction. Both men perished and could only be identified by their dental records due to the severity of the fire. Investigators naturally began reviewing surveillance footage and would eventually find the motorists behind the other vehicles. The two vehicles that caused Saqib to get into such a horrific and catastrophic accident. Of course, once arrested, the men claimed they were chasing the vehicle to converse with Saqib. They also made false claims, insisting that they had traveled to a shisha bar in Nottingham and were not planning to chase anyone off the road. Mahek Bukhari's name was eventually brought up, leading investigators to unravel more details into this case. Upon interviewing Mahek and gathering more evidence from smartphones, the local authorities arrested both Mahek and her mother with the firm belief that Mahek was the ringleader of this crime.
Me and May went. No, yeah, we were out.
Where were you? Where was that?
So we stayed here, and then we went straight to Nottingham.
Right. Okay. In the Audi.
Yes, Audi. Yeah.
Right.
There's a car that's coming on the right hand side, a Seat Leon, don't know the model or anything, but it was blue, comes straight down, no speed, nothing, normal on the right hand side. We were always on the left hand side. This right hand side car's come now, the Leon, this is the blue one, has come straight next to me and come right in front of me, not very close. I've always said to myself, I'm a very good driver when it comes to this. I've been driving for 5 years, 45 years, and I've said to myself, always keep a 2 to 3 second rule gap, always. When I've said to myself, always done that. So this car's come not close, I've always braked. So I was doing 60, it was 70, I think it was 70 on the dual carriage or 60. I was doing 50 straight away, went back, went to 50 to 60, went back. This car didn't do anything to me. I don't know who, just a normal car going on the right to the left. The silver car, I don't know which brand it was, model. It's come zooming down. I've kept this 2 to 3 second rule gap, and the blue Leon's in front, and I'm at the back. This silver car's come and cut into the middle, so we're basically all 3 cars very close. I braked, and I said to my mum, what is this car trying to do? And my mum said, May, just keep your distance, everything's going to be okay. It's okay, just a reckless people, just reckless, because they know it's all the way down. If there's any cameras, there's going to be cameras. They must know there's no cameras. So they've gone all the way down. They've cut into my car. I've kept my distance. I braked. I think got to at least 40 because there was no cars behind me. Going to 40. This car was not threatening me, but agitating the blue car. So I looked at my mum and I goes, Mum, what is going on? What is wrong with? Are they? I don't know if they're drunk. What are they trying to do to this blue car in general? So my mum goes, May, like I said, leave it. You're not involved. You don't know what's going on. You just go straight on and leave it. I goes, okay, that's fine.
The case would eventually go to trial, with prosecutors presenting damning evidence against Mahek and her mother, the one who was having this sordid love affair with a much younger man. The evidence presented showed that Ansreen would do anything to get Saqib out of her hair, even if that meant causing harm to him. And it appeared her daughter was willing to make that happen for her, taking an all-hands-on-deck approach by inviting other people to do her bidding for her. The prosecution presented damning evidence to the courtroom, including details of the love affair and messages between Mahek and her mother on WhatsApp, which would eventually convince a jury to find both Mahek and her mother, Ansreen, guilty. Mahek Bukhari of Stoke-on-Trent was jailed for life with a minimum of at least 31 years and 8 months in prison. Her mother, Ansreen Bukhari, was jailed for life with a minimum term of 26 years and 9 months. Several others involved, including the motorists behind the wheel of the other 2 vehicles that day, were sentenced to jail for life with a minimum of 26 years and 10 months and jail for life with a minimum term of 36 years and 45 days.